Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadbha Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sarva Panjomo Visavadana Bhati Panjomo Visavadana Bhati Yadu prasadi bai ibabatuni aja Krishna Prabhuya Hoite Krishna Pradnyoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kuni Aikya Harana Kuni Obani Asha Harana Guri Omani Asha Shri Guru Charani Rati Hesi Uttabhagati He Prasadi Puri Sarva Asha He Prasadi Puri Sarva Asha Chakundari Ruje Jambe Jabi Prabhu Se Divyangani De Progasito Deva Bhaktiya Vide Avira Vinasayate Videga Jahara Charito Shiguru Karuna Sindhu Hanumaja Narapadu Lokina Jivana Har Prabhu Godoya Niyobode Padachaya Vidiga Nithrudri Bofana Shira Prabhupada Panita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishaya Bhutare Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaudavani Brahmacharine Devi Shesha Shunyavadi Paschachari Shatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Vishnupada Prabha Hamsa Paravrajacharya Asasara Shishibad. His Divine Grace Saisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Vishnupada Prabha Hamsa Paravrajacharya Asasara Shishibad. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Navacharya Haridas Thakur Ki. Adan Koti Vaishnava Vindagi Ki. Praise the God, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvirigadadara Sri Sri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Gunagiri Gopadana Ki Shri Vrindavadam Ki Mathura Dham Ki Jagannapuरी Dham Ki Gangabai Ki Yamunamai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Samavekta Bhaktivinoda Ki Their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Ki Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to simple devotees. All glories to simple devotees. All glories to simple devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you on this beautiful Sunday to our Sunday Love Feast program. A special welcome to anyone who may be joining us today for the first time. And we do have a lovely new family with us today, so let's give them a very warm Hare Krishna. Welcome also to our online community. So devotees, the next part of our program is our class. And for class today, we have His Grace Prabhanu Prabhu. Haribol. Prabhanu Prabhu is a disciple, a senior disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And Prabhu's had the wonderful opportunity to personally serve his Guru Maharaj as well. And he's also taken up the task and the responsibility and the honor of the upkeep of his Guru Maharaj's Samadhi in Sridham Mayapur. So Prabhu is also, as most of us know, he is the temple president of the new Jagannath Puri temple, and he also serves on the Rath Yatra committee. And we know that Rath Yatra is one of Durban's flagship festivals. Prabhu's also he served as the regional secretary of the South African National Council and as the chairman of the South African National Council. So Prabhu's topic for today is a message from the Bhagavad Gita, which is so apt, seeing that tomorrow is the auspicious and beautiful day of Gita Jayanti, the advent of the Bhagavad Gita. So let's welcome His Grace Prabhanu Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Good. Hare Krishna. I don't know where Mataji got that introduction from, actually. I'm like the most junior disciple of my Guru Maharaj. So, but I'm glad to be here at the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Radhanath. Yeah. So which family came today first time? Welcome. And please keep coming. Who's the oldest family, the person coming here for 20, 30, 40 years? 40 years, right? We celebrate 40th anniversary. Harichandran Prabhu. Anybody else? How many? 40 years. Anybody less than 40 years? Tulsi Mataji. How many years, Prabhu? Welcome. So, how many of you like singing songs? Anybody? Yes, no, maybe. You like singing? You will be able to manage this song. They said I must speak on Bhagavad Gita, but I said no, too much work there for me. I don't know anything about Bhagavad Gita myself, so I thought maybe this would be a better example. Is that okay? It is a difficult song. I'm not going to lie. But we can try, right? Singing voices, anybody brought? Dancing shoes? No. Okay. Let's try. So this, maybe I'll just start reading the translations. So it'll be a little bit easier for you all. It says, out of compassion for the fallen souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya came to this world with his personal associates and divine abode to teach Saranagati, the goal of surrender. Surrender to the Almighty Godhead and to freely distribute ecstatic love of God, which is ordinarily very difficult to obtain. This Saranagati is a life of a true devotee. The ways of Saranagati are, and this is very important, humility, dedication of the self, acceptance of the Lord as one's only maintainer, faith that Krishna will surely protect, execution of only those acts favorable to pure devotion, and renunciation of conduct adverse to pure devotion. The youthful son of Nandamaj, Sri Krishna, hears the prayers of anyone who takes refuge in him by this sixfold practice. Bhaktivinoda places a straw between his teeth, prostrates himself between the two Goswamis, Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan, and claps their lotus feet with his hands. I am certainly the lowest of men, he tells them weeping, but please make me the best of men by teaching me the ways of Saranagati. How many of you have a copy of Bhagavad Gita? Put your hand up. My bad eyesight, I can't see so nicely, actually. So those don't have a copy, any reason why you don't have a copy? You're waiting for a copy? So today they have a special, right? What did you have special today for Bhagavad Gita? What price? So if they can, I'm sure they'll give you a copy or you can buy a copy. But one of the things that Krishna teaches us, and this song is teaching us also, is that we need to surrender to Krishna. Anybody remember what verse that is in Bhagavad Gita? Besides all the pandits and panditas. Okay, Tulsi. 66. It's okay, let's try singing this. You'll see just now why I'm trying to get it sing. What time am I meant to stop, Mataji? 12:20. Okay. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kori Swaprasado Siyo Damo Sabhavatari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kori Swaprasado Siyo Damo Saha Avatari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kori Swaprasado Siyo Damo Saha Avatari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kori Swaprasado Siyo Damo Saha Avatari. Otanto Dhulabha Prem Kori Bhare Dhan Shikaye Saranagati Bhakaktero Pram. Otanto Dhulabha Prem Kori Bhare Dham Shikaye Saranagati Bokoktero Pram Uttanto Dulabha Prem Kuri Bhare Dham Shikaye Saranagati Bokoktero Pram Uttanto Dulabha Prem Kuri Bhare Dham Shikaye Saranagati Bokoktero Pram Doino Atma Nivedana Gopti Vebaran Avasho Rakshibe Krishna Vishvasopalan Doino Atma Nivedana Gopti Vevaran Avasho Rakshibe Krishna Vishvasopalam Doino Atma Nivedana Gopti Vevaran Avasho Rakshibe Krishna Vishvasopalam Manivedana Gopti Vevaran Avasho Rakshibe Krishna Vishvasopalam Bhakti Anukulo Matra Karire Sikha Bhakti Pratikulo Bhavo Rajananjika Bhakti Anukulo Matra Karire Sikha Bhakti Pratikulo Bhava Rajananjika Bhakti Anukulo Matra Karire Sikha Bhakti Pratikulo Bhavo Rajananjika Bhakti Anukulo Matra Karire Sikha Bhakti Pratikulo Bhavo Rajananjika Sad Ananga Sarangagati Hoibe Jaha Tahara Pratana Sune Srinanda Kumar Sad Anga Saranagati Hoibe Jaha Tahara Pratana Sune Srinanda Kumar Sad Anga Saranagati Hoibe Jaha Tahara Pratana Sune Srinanda Kumar Sadanga Saranagati Hoibe Jaha Tahara Pratana Sune Srinanda Kumar Rupa Sanatana Padhe Dantri Trino Kuri Bhakti Vinoda Pode Duhun Padha Duri Rupa Sanatana Padhe Dantri Trino Kuri Bhakti Vinoda Pode Durun Padha Duri Rupa Sanatana Pade Dantri Trino Kuri Bhakti Vinoda Pade Durun Padha Duri Rupa Sanatana Pade Dantri Trino Kuri Bhakti Vinoda Pade Tuhun Padha Duri কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে আমি তো আধাম, শিখায়ে শরণগতি করো হে উঠাম। কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে আমি তো আধাম, শিখায়ে শরণগতি করো হে উঠাম। কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে আমি তো আধাম, শিখায়ে শরণগতি করে হে উঠাম। কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে আমি তো আধাম, শিখায়ে শরণগতি করে হে উঠাম। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে রাম 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 হরে। জয় রাধা বদনত রাধা রদনত রাধে, জয় রাধা বদনত রাধা রদনত রাধে, জয় রাধা বদনত রাধা রদনত রাধে, জয় রাধা বদনত রাধা রদনত রাধে। জয় গৌরানিতায় গৌরানিতায় গৌরানিতায়, জয় গৌরানিতায় জয় গৌরানিতায় গৌরানিতায় গৌরানিতায়, জয় গৌরানিতায়। জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন গিরি গোবর্ধন গিরি গোবর্ধন, জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন গিরি গোবর্ধন গিরি গোবর্ধন, জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন। জয় প্রভুপদা প্রভুপদা প্রভুপদা, জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা প্রভুপদা প্রভুপদা, জয় প্রভুপদা। প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ, জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 প্রভুপাদ। Jayam Vishnupad Prahamsa Pavijkacharya Sadasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanara Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, BBT Founder Srila Prabhupada Ki, Jayam Vishnupad Prahamsa Bhavicharya Sutta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Mad Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Premshkaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopkavinath Shamakun Radhakun Giriraj Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Jamuna Mai Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki the Lord Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Ki Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Nitai Gopramanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Tivirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitam Scha. He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanshakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Bhavinibhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangam laiti girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. So all of you that don't have Bhagavad Gitas, if you want a copy, Alanath Prabhu is the personality to see actually. What's the price for today, Alanath Prabhu? Same price. So it seems like Krishna is smiling upon all of us today actually. So those of you that don't have Bhagavad Gitas, how many of you? Put your hand up again. You don't have a copy. Only one person. Before, I'm not going to make you buy it, it's okay actually. So they said that one of our devotee doctors has sponsored. So we have 20 Bhagavad Gitas here today that we can give away, but only if you don't have one. If you have, then don't cheat. Okay, so Alanath Prabhu said the message was of Bhagavad Gita, right? Okay, so all of you have a copy of Bhagavad Gita, you read Bhagavad Gita, what's the message actually? Nothing? Silence. Mataji? Who said? Surrender to Krishna. And what does surrender mean? Huh? Worship.
Surrender means you must give your life and soul to Krishna.
Only your life and soul. The money, the house, and the car also will take.
And the service, and service as well.
So Shilap. Okay. Somebody got an Apple Watch actually. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, yes, the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to surrender, right? Krishna says in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what does he say? Sarvadam, there, Bhakti Shastri student sitting here. Yes, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me. And he will do what, he says? He will? First he will protect you, and then deliver you, like that kind of thing, isn't it? So now, do we have faith that Krishna will protect us? Yes or no? I'm going to ask questions. If you don't answer, I'm going to keep quiet. So in this song that we just sang here, it is saying, faith that Krishna will surely protect me. You remember? Don't remember. I'll read that thing for you so you know that when you go home and you can practice the song yourself. It says over here, Avashya Rakshebi Krishna Vishasha Palan. That Krishna will surely protect you, like that kind of thing. One has to have faith. So faith is very important. If you have no faith, then Krishna is saying, yes, Sarva Dharma Prajiktama, Mamekam Saranam Vraja, Aham Tvam Sarve Papi Vyo, no problem actually. But what are we doing? No, I don't trust him actually. I don't think he'll take care of me actually. Let me do something little different. Let me depend on my own strength, my own knowledge, my own this, my own that. And subsequently, we instead of getting closer to Krishna, we become, what happens? Further from Krishna. Because surrender means one thing. Srila Prabhupada describes surrender as when someone comes before the deity of Krishna like this, you can see a few things actually. What do you see? Anybody? What do you see now? You look at Radha Radhanath and Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Giriraj. What do you see? Huh? They look? Okay. What else? That's it? Only attractive. Anything else? Is Krishna here? You sure? But you're not telling me that. Krishna is looking at you. Is Radharani here? You sure? Is she looking at you? Are you able to speak to her? Is she able to speak back? Can you hear her speaking? All of you can hear her speaking, please bless me. Because I'm still struggling to get that one actually. But this is the deity. And Srila Prabhupada said the Acha Vigraha form of Krishna is present. When he says omnipresent, he means that the deity is omnipresent. Krishna is personally present in the room. When we sing Krishna's name, Krishna is personally present. We don't have the ability to connect actually. Remember just now we had this nice big television screen on and we were streaming from the internet, I'm assuming, right Prabhu? You downloaded the song from the internet, right? Song was from the internet or you had it copied on? Don't know. Okay. But generally you would stream the song from the internet like that it is. So in order for the streaming process to take place, there's a connection. You needed some internet connection to connect to the TV so that you can actually see or receive that message. Similarly with Krishna, if you are able to connect with him on a deeper level, then he will connect back with you like that it is actually. But if you just see him as made of stone or wood or marble or whatever the case may be, then that's how he will reciprocate with you. Srila Prabhupada made one very nice point. He said, do not take your Krishna consciousness casually. Why? Jai Sachinanda Prabhu sitting in the back, he was telling us this when we were studying actually. He said, because you will become a casualty. So the whole process of Krishna consciousness is what Krishna is teaching us from Bhagavad Gita, is to give up what we call this false ego, this false prestige that aham emeti, I am this, I am that, I am this. All those things have to be given away. That's what surrender means. Surrender means that you get hold of Krishna in the mood that I am your servant. Please help me. Please let me serve you. But service doesn't mean that you come to the temple, we listen to a class, by the time we go out the door we forget what it is, we remember the prasadam because it was paneer and some sabji and then we go home. No. Service means that regularly, every single day we have to apply ourselves to the process. And the simplest and easiest way that Srila Prabhupada gave us, and Krishna gave us, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and gave, was to chant the holy names of Krishna. This is the simplest process. Studying the books take a little bit more challenge like that it is. Yeah, they said there were 6 things that were the ways of Saranagati, to surrender, right? You remember what they were? I read them before we started actually singing. Anybody remember? Let's go back to the words actually. It says, Doina. What does Doina mean? The Bengali class this actually, if they didn't tell you actually. Doina means humility. So one has to surrender with humility. And what does humility mean actually? You are bigger than God? You are bigger than Srila Prabhupada? You are bigger than the Guru? No. Humility means that you actually realize you are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And how big are you? How big? Anyone, quickly. Too long. Maharaji? How small is a minute actually? Let's get there. Let's break minute onto minute actually. So Srila Prabhupada said, if you take the tip of a hair and you cut it into 10,000 pieces, that's the size of the soul. 1/10,000th piece of a tip of a hair. Now, if any of you have any hair, you can take one piece of the tip of it and cut that into 10,000 pieces, and then you know how big you are actually. His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, many of you may or may not have heard of him. He was one of Prabhupada's early devotees and a big leader in our society back in the day. So once he was doing some things and Prabhupada was correcting his behavior, and Prabhupada told him, you know, this universe, this Brahmanda, this universe is huge actually. So Prabhupada explains in the Shastra that the material world is 1/4. The spiritual world is 3/4. And he was saying that's how vast the universe is, like that it is. And in this vast universe, there is one planet called Earth actually. And then on Earth, they have 5 continents. And one continent on this Earth planet is called North America. And North America is a huge continent. But in this entire continent, they have one city called Los Angeles. And in Los Angeles, they have one street. This is I forget the name of the street. And on that street, they have a temple. And in the temple, there are many devotees. But there's one Tamal Krishna who thinks that he is everything, like it is actually. So you understand how small you are? Srila Prabhupada was telling this to Tamal Krishna Maharaj. That you're really insignificant in the bigger scheme of things, actually, like that it is. But we think that we're very important, actually. Why? Because we have pride. And that pride will ruin our devotion service, like that. So in order to get rid of the pride, we have to become humble, like that. The next quality there's a dedication of the self, actually, like that it is. So dedication of the self here refers to Atma Nivedana, which means surrendering completely to Krishna, like that kind of thing. In this case, many people think we surrendered to Krishna, but Bali Maharaj showed how to surrender to Krishna, like that kind of thing. In this pastime with Vamanadev came as a small dwarf, and he said, I only want 3 steps of land. As a Brahmin boy, 3 steps of land, for Brahmanas, 3 steps of land is enough, because all you need is enough place to sleep, actually, like that kind of thing, So Bali Maharaj was saying, no, I own the whole universe. And Bali Maharaj was a demon. He said, I own everything. You tell me what you want, I'll give it to you. No, only want 3 steps of land. So he said, okay. And then the minute he did that, Vamanadev expanded to a huge form. In one step, he covered everything. Second step, he covered the spiritual world again. That's how the Ganga came, because he pierced it with his toe. Yeah. So the third step, he said, where should I put this step now? Because he covered everything too, and Bali Maharaj had promised him 3, right? So Bali Maharaj told him then, okay, your third step, you can put my head. So he surrendered completely like that. Give everything to Krishna, like that kind of thing, actually. So this is what we need to do. If we want to give ourselves or dedicate ourselves to Krishna, then we have to give everything that we have, actually. This nice devotee joined 1 week now, like it is, so he has to give everything that he has. If he doesn't sleep away first, actually. But that's the goal, is to dedicate ourselves to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, actually, like that. Then the next step, actually, is acceptance of the Lord as one's only maintainer. Can we depend on God for everything? Yes or no? Do we? No? How many of you truly depend on God for everything? You're depending on your mom, not on God. I know that, actually. Isn't? How many of you depend on God for everything? For everything? You don't work? You don't work? Housewife. Retired. And all the money you took and gave to Krishna? Sorry, I'm joking. But depending on God means, like Prabhupada gave the example that the animals, nobody's feeding the ant, right? And nobody's feeding the elephant. Both are depending on what they get from nature, like that kind of thing, actually. But we're endeavoring for more and more and more and more and more and more and more, actually. Whenever you get 1, then you want 2. When you get 2, you want 4. When you get 4, you want 8. And it continues like that, endlessly like that. There's no cessation or stopping of what our desires want, actually. And now is a good time. Instead of selling these books or giving these books as gifts, everybody want to buy presents for their family members, for the extended family. You'll go buy expensive gifts. Now they're having Black Friday, Black November, December, whatever the case may be. Everybody want to go buy things, You go to a store, they got this on sale, that on sale, that on sale. Even if you have it, maybe one more will be nice, actually. If one don't like this kind of TV, maybe I need to upgrade it. What, you got UHD, now you got QLED, and then you got QLED, HED, anyway, whatever the case may be. That's what happens. Because our needs are not being satisfied by what we're doing, actually. And the need that you have is exactly like this, to depend on Krishna for your maintenance, actually. Yes, you need to work. I'm not saying give up work. Please don't give up work, actually. Because it's a householder's duty to work and to give money to the temple. That's the householder's duty. Not only to the temple, but to the sannyasa ashram, to the brahmacharya ashram, to the vanaprastha ashram. It's the householder's responsibility to do that, actually. That's how the householders purify their existence, by supporting the other 3 orders to ensure that they can spread Krishna consciousness like that. Okay. Then what is the 4th one here? We spoke about this earlier on. It said, faith that Krishna will surely protect me. And Krishna is already giving you that guarantee, right? Yes or no? Krishna is giving the guarantee he'll protect you? What verse? We just said this now. 1866, actually. So we have to remember these things so that we can depend on them. If you forget, even if you don't have to remember the Sanskrit, just remember that Krishna is saying, abandon everything, surrender unto me, and I will protect you. Don't fear. It's like that. A good example of this not fearing Srila Prabhupada gave was children. When a child is, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, like it is, as long as it's holding onto the parent's hand, does the child feel fear? Is the child afraid of anything? Just think about when you were young, actually. It may be difficult for some of us, we're so old, but just try and think when you were young, actually. You're holding your parent's hand, were you afraid of anything? No. Why? Because no matter what happened, your father will protect you. Isn't it? So similarly, Krishna is like that. Krishna will protect you. Doesn't matter what happens, actually. Our danger, our fallacy is that we think that Krishna needs to protect this material body. Now, are you the body? Or are you the soul? Which one? How many of you believe that? Does Bhagavad Gita teach us that, actually? Which verse? Which one? There, Mataji is hiding. Which Mataji said 213? Thank you, Mataji. So what is 213, Mataji? You want to tell them? Dinos Mahinyata Dehe. She's saying.
I forget how it starts.
Dinos Mahinyata Dehe.
Dehinanasmin yata dehe komaram yovanam jara tata dantra prapti dehinas tatra nemuyati.
Translation?
Translation is, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from childhood to youth to old age, similarly, the soul passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Jai Hare Krishna. So, we understand this. Shastra is saying this. Bhagavad Gita is teaching us this, that you're not the body, you're the soul. So Krishna won't protect this body. Krishna will protect the journey of the soul, actually. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that to his devotee, he will protect what they have and carry what they lack. Isn't it? But still we thinking that Krishna will give that to the material one, the material concept of life, actually. Krishna is not going to give you a new car. That's not going to happen actually, unless you're going to use it in his service, Go to a new house or, better job or whatever the case may be like it. He'll do things to protect your devotional kripa. He will give you things that will help you in your Krishna consciousness, in your practice of Krishna consciousness. That's what he will do actually. And that's what Bhagavad Gita is teaching us actually. Okay? I still have some time, so I'm good. And then execution of only acts favorable to pure devotion. Shri Raj, Shri Radharadhanath, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Shri Giriraj, Govardhan Ki. So execution of only those acts favorable to pure devotion. So what would that mean actually? Acts that are favorable to pure devotion. What should we do? Nothing? Something? So one of the things that there are different practices in devotional service, right? Or different devotional practices. What is the basic one that we do every day? Yes. So we have to chant Hare Krishna, right? We have to avoid the association of those that are inimical to Krishna. So you may meet people think, no, Krishna is not God, go away. I don't talk to you. They may be envious of Krishna. You don't want to deal with those kind of personalities. You want to deal with people who are like-minded. One of the reasons Srila Prabhupada set up ISKCON in the 7 purposes, he's saying that devotees have a place to associate with like-minded people. Because if you associate with like-minded people, then you will actually make some progress in your Krishna consciousness. If you decide that, no, I don't want to deal with these people, I'd rather go hang around with somebody down the road in a park or club or whatever the case may be, what do you think will happen actually? Your consciousness will get polluted. That's how simple it is actually. Srila Prabhupada gave that example that you could take a monk from a temple, stick him on the street with a bunch of drug addicts and alcoholics, and over time what will happen? He'll become like them. And the vice versa also. You could take a person from the street, bring him into the temple, shave him up, dress him up, let him attend Mangalarati and chant japa for a few weeks, and then eventually what will happen? He become a devotee. So association that we keep is very important for us actually. We always have to find association, good association also. Not just find association that tells you you're right and you're very good and you're very like this. No. Everybody needs some correction in their life actually. Like that is. Therefore we have the role of the guru, the spiritual master. Because the spiritual master will direct you. This is what Shastra is saying. This is how to execute that Shastra. And if you have any questions in that regard, then the spiritual master can help enlighten you. Otherwise you're left to your own mental concoction and we may come up with some strange ideas of what Krishna is saying or not saying, like that kind of thing. So many Mayavadi people will tell you now. Krishna, Srila Prabhupada mentioned it also. He was saying they don't pray to Krishna, pray to the personality within Krishna. And like Krishna's inside and outside is the same. He's not like any different actually. So that's why association is so important. And good association or finding the association of a bona fide spiritual master means he will have to guide you back home, back to Godhead, like that it is. So yes, Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita. We have a copy of Bhagavad Gita. We can read Bhagavad Gita. But who will explain it to you? So therefore the Guru becomes important actually. Hare Krishna. I think maybe Mataji needs some help. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have any doctors in the house? Nurses? We can just chant in the meantime. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you. So those things we're saying, to do things that are favorable to pure devotional service. And one of the things that we can do is associate with devotees in a positive, favorable way, not unfavorably. So Kamsa was a classic example of unfavorable thinking of Krishna, or unfavorable thoughts of Krishna. He was always thinking about Krishna, but in a negative way. Prahlad Maharaj, on the other hand, was always thinking of Krishna in a positive way, actually. And you can look at the results of both of them. Kamsa was killed by Krishna, and Prahlad Maharaj was delivered by Krishna. So you have a choice to decide, do you want to think favorably or unfavorably of Krishna, and what the end goal will be. Okay? And then the last one is renunciation of conduct adverse to pure devotion. So sometimes we may behave in ways that are not conducive to Krishna consciousness. So one of the things that we may do, and this is very common in the practice of Krishna consciousness, that we may commit offenses. So there are 10 offenses to the holy name, and sometimes we may commit offenses against the holy name, like it is. So that's one of our biggest problems, because if you commit offenses to the holy name, then it's hard to get out of that starting block, actually. Because this ladder that we're meant to climb, faith and conviction in the holy name is like the first rung of the ladder, like it is, actually. If you want to get higher up the ladder, you're going to have to do more things. You know, it's not like you can, to give school as an example, you can't go to grade 1 and just try and skim by like it is and think you'll get promoted to grade 2 at the end of the year, like it is. Although I think that's happening now, actually. So don't, any teachers here? Okay, sorry, Mataji. They're doing that now. They're passing them even if they fail, actually. It doesn't really matter. But that won't happen in spiritual life, actually. If you don't apply yourself, then you will fail. There's no way that you will progress, actually, like that kind of thing. And we see this challenge in our society is that sometimes devotees have been coming for many, many, many years, actually. And they have so much difficulty. They can't get along with other people. They can't get along. They can't render devotional service in a group or together with each other. It's because that we haven't progressed to this point where our faith has become strong. And because when we have faith, then we want to associate with the sadhus. And irrespective of how hot that association with the sadhus is, we still want to associate with them. Isn't it? It's like Srila Prabhupada gave an example of a good chutney. So he said it is too hot to eat and too sweet to resist. So devotees are like that. So sometimes they can be very heavy and sometimes they can be very loving. But we have to take both. Because when they are heavy with us, it means our false ego is getting a little dented. And then when they are sweet with us, we know that we are getting some love, like that affection is there, actually. Like that. So both are there. So it's how we want to reciprocate that we have to deal with this, actually. So this is what these 6 ways of Saranagati is being explained in Bhagavad Gita, actually. Like that. In different stages, but ultimately it's bringing you to the same point, actually. One has to surrender. But in order to surrender, you need to accept that you're the soul. And Krishna is teaching this in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2. You're not the body, you're the soul. Then he's teaching you about karma yoga. Then he's teaching you about karma yoga in Krishna consciousness. Then about dhyana yoga. He's bringing you gradually to the process up to the 18th chapter to tell you, surrender now. All these other things are useless, actually. They're not useless, but they won't give you the same goal as quickly as you want, actually. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Hare Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and taught the same thing. One has to take to this process of chanting Hare Krishna and worship Radha and Krishna, and in that way develop love for Radha and Krishna, and one can go back home, back to the spiritual world, actually. That's how easy it is actually. How many of you think that it is so simple? How many? Put your hand up if you think it's simple. All you have to do, okay, let's ask the question. How easy it is for many of you to go back home, back to Godhead? Nobody? Anyone? Not easy. Hard. How hard? On a scale of 1 to 10. No, 10 being the least unlikely, or 10 being the most unlikely, 1 being the most likely. So less than 1, minus 1. Everybody agree with Mataji? So you remember we had this Damodar, we were singing Damodar Astakam a month ago, so literally. So those two personalities, what were their names? What are the names again? And who were they? No. Yes, they were the sons of Kubera. And who cursed them? So Narad Muni cursed them because these two boys, Manigriva and Nalakubera, were bathing in a river naked, and they didn't respect Narad Muni when he came by. So Narad Muni cursed them that they will take birth as trees. You remember? And then they begged for forgiveness because they realized their mistake. So Narad Muni said, fine, I can't take away the curse, but let me amend the curse for you actually. So he amended the curse. He said, you will take birth as trees in Sri Vrindavan Dham, and then you'll be delivered by Lord Krishna. Now that curse became a bone. Became a big bone actually, look at it actually. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada is saying that all you have to do to go back home, back to Godhead, is to chant 16 rounds of Mahamantra daily without offenses. To follow the 4 regulative principles of no eating of meat, fish and eggs, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and to render devotional service to Krishna. At the end of that life, you can go back home, back to Godhead. Now how many of you think that Prabhupada is lying actually? How many of you believe Prabhupada? You think Prabhupada is lying? Prabhupada put his hand up. Prabhupada not lying, Prabhupada is telling the truth. So you believe Prabhupada that we'll go back home, back to Godhead? How many people? So, just now you said hard to go back to Godhead. I'm confused. That's how simple it is. You have to have the faith that what Srila Prabhupada is saying is an absolute fact actually. Why? Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is Krishna himself coming in the mood of Srimati Radharani to give love of God. Who? Love of who? And who's God? Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada came in the same mood, distributing all this knowledge to anyone and everyone that came, irrespective of who you were actually, where you came from, what your background looked like. Didn't matter. If you were serious about taking the process of Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada gave you the opportunity, and he's still giving us the opportunity. Some 50 years later, we still have the opportunity that Srila Prabhupada started in 1965. That we can, if we follow the process, we can become pure devotees, we can go back to the spiritual world actually, in this lifetime. But we have to apply ourselves to the process. Otherwise, there's very little chance that we can go back actually. So Prabhupada's words will not go in vain actually. Srila Prabhupada mentioned many times that I didn't want to come to this horrible place, but Krishna forced me. Krishna sent me to come, and therefore he came actually. So in my mind, in my faith, I believe that if Srila Prabhupada says he'll take me back to Godhead, I'm good. I bought my ticket, I got my visa stamped, I just need to board the flight now. So all of us have the same opportunity. So please take advantage of it actually. Don't assume that it is something that for somebody else to do. Don't assume that it's some Jai Satchidananda's responsibility or Balaram's responsibility or Devadeva Prabhu's responsibility. No. Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON is all our responsibilities. When Srila Prabhupada gave the legacy, he gave it to every single devotee that wants to be a member of the society. Everybody. You have the same adhikar that everybody else has actually. Whether you're a leader or follower, it makes difference. And everybody is a follower. Who you are following of? Srila Prabhupada. That's how simple it is for me, actually. Thank you. I'll stop. I don't know, I think Mataji has some questions and answers. I have 10 minutes and then I'll disappear. Easy questions, I hope. So, I'm not sure who asked this question. It says to have faith will save one. But if not, we will go back to the cycle of birth and death. Why our faith is disturbed by modern lifestyle? Who asked this question? If you're brave enough to put your hand up, actually. It'll help me to answer. Prabhu answered. So when you say modern lifestyle, you mean having a car, a color TV, internet, like that? Okay. So remember, Krishna consciousness is a missionary movement. We're a preaching movement, actually, like that kind of thing. So remember, a few years ago, 5 years ago, we had COVID. Anybody remember the time? How did you get association during the period of COVID, actually? Huh? You didn't get association? How many of you got association during COVID? I know I did. Actually, I was cheating a little bit, so I was leaving my house and I was going to the temple to worship the deity every day, actually. Even although they told me I couldn't go, actually. But we got to associate with every single senior devotee, darshan from Mayapur, Vrindavan, America, wherever it was, through the internet, through a modern technology called Zoom, which we never heard of before. So, Srila Prabhupada always gave the example about Yukta Vairagya. So you use whatever you can in Krishna service, actually. So we're using the internet. So similarly, I'm using my car. I'm using my house, I'm using my business, I'm using everything that I have to serve Krishna better. So the modern lifestyle gives you an advantage. Because remember, if you lived in the days of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to go to Vrindavan, you'll have to walk from South Africa to Vrindavan, actually, you know. But today you could buy a ticket, jump on a plane, and I'll be in Vrindavan tomorrow morning, no problem, actually. So the modern world has given us many, many facilities. We just have to use it for Krishna, not for ourselves. The minute you start using them for yourself, then it's detrimental for you. You can use a television. Watch Prabhupada DVDs. They're so sweet, actually. Prabhupada's disciples are telling pastimes about Srila Prabhupada. Absolutely amazing pastimes they are there, actually. They are pastimes about the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, you know. So many wonderful scriptures are there. Everything is available via the internet these days. In terms of modern facility, imagine if you had to walk to work every day. How many of you can plant any vegetables, actually? I mean, plant successfully, right? Not just plant it and let it die, but like successfully plant it, actually. So they actually bear some fruit in the future, like that. How many of you? And the rest of you, what do you do for vegetables? Like me, I go to the market, actually. This is modern life. Otherwise, you have to grow everything yourself. Then you'll have to barter. But imagine you're the only person growing vegetables in your neighborhood and nobody else is. What are you going to barter with? What are you going to barter with them? They don't have anything to give you. You're stuck. So again, Srila Prabhupada says, use everything that is provided in the material world for Krishna's service without becoming indulgent and being used for yourself, actually. Very easy. Is that okay, Prabhu? Prabhu? Is that okay? Okay, Hare Krishna. How to attain the Supreme Godhead in this lifetime? I think I answered that question already. Who asked this question? How to attain the Supreme Godhead in this lifetime? Okay, if you're so shy, I'll repeat the answer. Chant 16 rounds of Maha Mantra without any offenses. Follow the 4 regulative principles. Render devotional service to Krishna. At the end of this lifetime, you can go back home, back to Godhead. Is that okay? If not, you can ask Krishna later on. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for your kindness. May Krishna bless you. Please kindly tell us how we can become Krishna conscious. Same question, same answer. Chant Hare Krishna. If you want to become Krishna conscious, then chant Hare Krishna. I mean, when I first started coming to this temple many, many years ago, actually, wow. I started coming in 1992. That's a long time ago. And it was the same thing. Just engage in the process, actually. Chant, render service, and try and keep fixed service like that. When you take on something, execute it to the best of your ability. Don't stop and start, because every time you go 10 steps forward, you may go 20 steps backward like that if you stop, actually. So if you take on something, stick to it. Like Srila Prabhupada said, if you're going to chant 16 rounds every single day. Make it a habit. Make it a priority in your life to wake up early and chant, actually. Because in the Brahma Muhurta hours, it's the best time to chant Hare Krishna, because mind is fresh and clean and it's undisturbed, like that kind of thing. During the day, now you're thinking, hey, I wish this Prabhu keep quiet, it's Prashadam time now. And then as soon as you get your prasad, you want to say, okay, now I've eaten, let me rush home, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have so many things to take care of, prepare for work and school and blah, blah, blah. It carries on like that, actually. Well, it'll be nice if you can stay, spend the day in the temple. After lunch, you can take some service on, clean something, wash something, like that kind of thing. Come back next week Sunday and help with the love feast, help Balaram Prabhu with the festivals there. He's always complaining, he got no manpower. Deva Prabhu keep complaining, he got no money over there, so help, do something. Okay, that's it, Maraji. Thank you very much. Thank you for tolerating me. Please do me a favor. Forgive me if I offended anybody. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the devotees have a request. Who wants a copy of Bhagavad Gita? Who said they didn't have? They've asked me to come, my dear sir. Mataji? You're going to have to ask her what her name first, actually. She has to tell us. Huh? Sukina.
Yeah.
And you're going to read this, right?
It's for mom.
But she's going to read to you.
Yeah.
Cool. Take it out there. Anybody else? Yes, Prabhu. Your name?
My name is Busiswar, right?
And you promise to read this book every day, right?
Of course. Definitely.
Anyone else? We still got 17 books to go, actually. You have? Come. Your name? Musa.
Yes, Musa.
Okay, Musa. You're going to read every day?
Yes, I will.
Jai. Anybody else? Everybody's feeling shy. Nobody else wants one, actually. Anybody know somebody that needs a Bhagavad Gita that you can take and give it to them? Come forward, Prabhu. If you know somebody, then come. We can give you one Bhagavad Gita for you to hand over, actually. Shy. You make sure you don't eat it, eh? Hare Krishna. So you were there at Keto Ridge days? Hillbrow. Okay. In the temple. And then you came back now after how many years? Okay. And now you're coming full time?
Yeah. 5 years.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else? Going once, going twice? Tulsi Mataji. Please make sure that you take the book and you distribute it, right? You're going to read it. No. You know. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dr. Saab, if you please come here, they asked me to give you one gift actually also.
Sorry,
Thank you very
Dr.
much.
Camps, Govinda, please come front.
Hare Krishna, Master. Thank you. Jai. Hare Krishna. So they asked me to give you this Mahagalan actually. So this doctor, very kind. Oh, don't do that. Wait. So Prabhu sponsored all the Bhagavad Gitas that you just gave away. So we need a huge round of applause, please. You want another copy? One more. Okay. No problem, sir. Okay, we're done. That's it for today. We have some spare copies, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. And a very big thank you to Prabhanu Prabhu. Let's give him another round of applause. It was such a warm and interactive class spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita. And what was happening here is book distribution, which brings us to Srila Prabhupada's book marathon, which is currently on. And we all know Srila Prabhupada says that distributing books is one of our main engagements. So there is a board at the back there with our goal for book distribution. So we can all be a part of this and we can serve Srila Prabhupada and make Srila Prabhupada happy through book distribution. So for this, you can contact the Sankirtan office. So devotees, as you know, tomorrow is Gita Jayanti. And every day this week, there have been Bhagavad Gita classes on 2 chapters a day. So this evening also, there will be a class by Radha Damodar Prabhu, and today's chapters will be chapters 15 and 16. Then tomorrow on Gita Jayanti will be a class by Smita Krishna Prabhu on the last 2 chapters, chapter 17 and chapter 18 of the Bhagavad Gita. Today's program is from 6 till 7 p.m. Tomorrow will be Gaura Arti and then the class. So it will be from 7 till about 8:30. Devotees, tomorrow is Gita Jayanti and tomorrow is also Ekadasi. So it's the fast from all grains and legumes and beans. Then at New Jagannath Puri, there is a wonderful program, the Naam Ruchi program, which takes place from the 28th of December until the 1st of January. Now for this, we need to register, and all these details are online on the New Jagannath Puri social media platforms. So you can go on to this. So it's from the 28th of December till the 1st of January, and that 1st of January is the 20th anniversary of the deity installation at New Jagannath Puri. So it's a wonderful time to Hare Krishna, 20th anniversary of New Jagannath Puri. So it's a wonderful time to be involved in this Naam Ruchi program, which you can register for, where you will develop a further taste for the holy name, and that we know how essential it is for our bhakti, for our devotional service. So again, you can look on the New Jagannath Puri social media platforms for further details. And then Prabhu spoke about Black Friday. We all love sales. So today is the last day at Radhanath's Gift Shop for the sale at Radhanath's Gift Shop downstairs, where there's massive discounts. So please do take advantage of this. Then Bhakti Theatre. Bhakti Theatre is back with a new production which takes place on the 10th of January in Durban North, and they are calling for actors to take part in this wonderful production. As we know, all of Bhakti Theatre's productions are beautiful, so if you would like to be a part of this, you can contact Rukmini Adasi. It takes place on the 10th of January, so you can also save that date. Then devotees, the deity sponsorships, seva sponsorships, for this you can contact the book table. You can do Take Care of Krishna for a day. You can celebrate a loved one's special day, or further on from there, there's memorial services that can take place at the temple, and for this you can contact Bhakti Katha Mataji. Devotees, today's Sunday Love Feast Prashadam has been prepared lovingly by the Reservoir Hills Namahata, which is headed by Anantadev Prabhu. So a big thank you to Anantadev Prabhu and his team. Devotees, thank you for attending today's Sunday Love Feast program. We wish you a blissful and blessed week ahead. We'd love to see you tomorrow for Gita Jayanti at the temple. So have a lovely evening. Enjoy your prasadam. Hare Krishna. We can all rise for Aarti shortly. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Sadakaya Chakshurumita Tasme Sri Guru Namaha. Everybody, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnaya Bhutare Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namire Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachadine Niveshesha Shunyavani Paschacharya Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Everybody chant together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Everybody chant Prabhupada's name. Prabhupada. His divine grace. S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki.
BBT founder Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravicharya Sarat Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Mat Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrindi ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Giridhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrindi ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giriraj Govardhan ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Shri Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham ki. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki. Ganga Mai ki. Jamuna Mai ki. Tulsi Devi ki. Bhakti Devi ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. The Lordship Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki. Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki. Shri Prabhupada ki. Nitai Govramanande. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Abhasena Rishingaya Navasena Rishingaya Hiranyanga Sibur Vashaha Sinadanga Nagana Nishingo, Padato Nishingo. Nishingo, Padato Nishingo. Yato yato ya vidano nishingo. Nishingo vidade nishingo. Nishingo, Vidadi, Nishingo. Nada Shinga Vadim Sadala Prapade. Having got a governor of a day, Naga, Bhuta Shinga, Danina, Hiranya Gashibo, Danubinga, Eshavarira, Radirupa. Jagadish Hare, Jagadish Hare, Jagadish Hare. Yeshavadrina Narahari Rupa Jagadish Hare Jagadish Hare Jagadish Hare. Jaya Nashingade, 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 Jaya Nashingade. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. How's the program? Okay, sir. Oh, I remember. Amazing thing.
Take the stand and charge, right? Put it now because they're going to use it in the evening. Yeah, they're going to use it in the evening.
Oh, the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, it's evening, right?
Are you doing a program today? I thought you were doing a program today. Huh? Have you when they came back? Have you when they came back?
Hey, today, earlier on, there wasn't that good because.
Einstein is right.